Hi everybody, I'm Carla Young, and today I'm going to talk to you about building a profitable NSX practice. So here's my agenda for today. First I'm going to tell you who I am, then I'm going to talk about why NSX, then I'll go into the secret to success. I'll talk about my team, which I'll tell you more about, the Livefire Solutions team, and then I'll give you some other resources for getting started with an NSX practice. So me, I'm Carla Young. I am an engagement manager on the VMware's Global Field and Partner Readiness team, specifically Livefire, and I'll tell you more about that later. The Global Field and Partner team, they are responsible for enabling the field and the partner community on all of our technical solutions and how those solutions integrate together. Previously, I was at VMware as a professional services consultant. I worked in the vRealize business practice, so working directly with customers, implementing vRealize business, specifically our advanced solution. So, why NSX? Really, the key here is that without NSX, you're not going to realize the full value of the software-defined data center. The software-defined data center, really, it's a different approach to IT, and we've been working to get there. Software-defined data center, it reduces costs, first of all, consolidates, and it lowers the total cost of ownership per virtual machine. So we've been really working to get there. Obviously, first with vSphere, vSAN, so your storage, virtualizing desktops with VDI. But that's putting a huge pressure on the network. So the next logical step is virtualizing the network with NSX. And so, mostly here at VMware, we talk about the on-premise data center. So that's in the bottom left-hand side. But also now we have, like I said, virtual desktops. We have mobile devices, AirWatch. We have public cloud, hybrid cloud, and even new app frameworks like Docker, containers, cloud. There's just a lot going on, Internet of Things. And the part that really ties them all together is NSX. NSX provides security across all aspects of the IT infrastructure. So let me jump around a little bit. So what do you need if you don't already have NSX as part of your practice? If you're just doing the traditional SDDC and you haven't really built up the NSX piece yet, what do you need to do in order to make that successful? So ideally, you already have some networking experience on your team that you can leverage. If you don't, then typically what we look for on our team, which is solution architects, we're looking for about 5 years of networking experience, give or take. Really, they need to understand virtualization at its basics, and then also understand networking, advanced routing protocols, understand APIs and automation. That's extremely important too. And just a willingness to adopt a whole new way of thinking. Because really, it's different than your traditional data center. There's a lot going on with NSX. So on our team, I just thought I'd share with you, this is a tech talk, so I wanted to throw some technical content in here and give you some of the questions that we ask on my team when we're looking for solution architects. Because it really is important to get the right people on your team. So some of the questions we ask, we really start with the basics of networking and what software-defined networking means to the candidate. That's a good question. We ask them to explain the difference between TCP and UDP. And then, throw in some questions like what headers will change when you route a packet through multiple hops. Another good one, explain how DHCP works. And we have a number of different other questions, but those are some good ones when you're looking for the general networking background. Then we get into the advanced routing protocols. So we ask them to talk through the OSPF and the BGP protocols, make sure they understand that, the different area types. We ask them about microsegmentation and what that means to them. And then we kind of that's where we focus more on the NSX specifics. So leaf spine topology, 3-tier topology, which one would you recommend to a customer? Like to hear their thinking there. How do you achieve high availability in NSX? And then we ask them about their scripting experience. Do they know any PowerShell or Python? And that's a good skill set to have when you're looking for solution architects that can either help sell the NSX as part of the SDD solution or implement NSX within an organization. So my team, I'll share with you a little about my team here at VMware. I am on the LiveFire team, and we do highly technical, intense training. The guys on my team, there's some in the back watching, they are the most technical guys that I know. And the training is pretty much master's level. Once you take LiveFire, you really should be very close to going out and deploying NSX in a customer environment as part of your practice. So we on our team, we have several prerequisites. The VCP NV, which education offers training for, and that certification, that's a prerequisite that we ask for when you come to our training. So we want you to have gone through the education process first. And then our agenda. So it's 4 days. It goes from 8 in the morning, 5 at night, small break for lunch. We go through dynamic routing, integration and operations, integrating NSX with the physical infrastructure. Then we talk about multi-site, multi-vCenter, which is becoming more and more important. BCDR, cloud management platform integration, integration with end-user computing, best practices in troubleshooting, and we're really putting more of an emphasis on how it works with the other VMware product stack, how it works as part of SDDC, and then third-party integrations. And we're building those pieces continually as new other products come out that we need to integrate with. We did, actually on Sunday, we had a boot camp for the first time here. So that was open to anyone attending Partner Exchange. And if you're interested in being a partner, I really encourage you in future years to check that out. It was 1 day, and it was open to anyone that was registered. We had the loose prerequisite of the VCP NV. In reality, they weren't stopping anyone from coming through the door, but if you don't have that, you probably would have been a little bit lost. But it builds on the learning that you acquired during the VCP NV and focuses really on use cases, integrations, and deployment practices. Once you've gone through it, hopefully you can successfully scope, architect, design, and implement the NSX solutions. And it's designed to build relationships. So it's kind of a great preview for our other offering. We have a lot of labs in our 4-day class, and so this 1-day boot camp didn't have any labs, but the labs that we have in our 4-day offering are pretty cool. And a way to get into the 4-day offering is by being part of the Partner Professional Services Program, so the PPSP. And that's run by a different area of VMware. I have the website up here, but it rewards partners really for that sell and deliver consulting, and it rewards them based on the number of certifications that they have. So some of you can enroll, but depending on how many certifications, how many VCPs you have within your practice, there's different levels of the program. So one of the benefits, there's many benefits, including discounts on education, and you can get the full details on the website. But one of the benefits to the program is being able to enroll in LiveFire. So once you've gone through education, if you're part of the PPSP, you can join one of our LiveFire classes. And we offer them in several different geographic regions. Our team is always on the go. We're growing, and so that's a really good opportunity for you. I'm speeding along here, but VMware Education. So again, that's not really in my realm either, but I wanted, if you're interested in seriously adding NSX to your portfolio, this is a great starting point if you haven't already. Usually by the time people get to my team, they've already gone through this part. So The learning path is available on their website. There's a variety of different instructional formats for their classes. And these are really the classes that I would suggest taking in order to add NSX to your practice. So there's virtualization fundamentals, install, configure, manage, and they have a workshop for preparing for the exam, troubleshooting and operations, and design and deploy. So it is a bit of a commitment in terms of time. I know that professional services, you work on billable hours, so sending people to classes, it's hard, right? I know that I struggled with that when I was in professional services, is making time for the education. So it's a bit of a commitment, but as a practice leader, really it's worth that investment in your people. The same with pre-sales. So anytime that they're in the class, obviously that's not time that they're out selling, but with the right education, they'll have the technical skills that they can, definitely make that back once they get out of the classes. That I really rushed through, so it was my first time speaking in front of an audience at VMworld, so I wanted to give it a shot, and so if you have any questions, I will be available right here afterwards. Thanks.